Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How we doing? How we feeling? Why is my mic like this? Got a fresh week, a new month. All right, here we go. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Make sure all of my levels are good. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm kind of dragging this morning. That's all about. All right, the quote of the day. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. All right, that's the quote of the day. A little bit of motivation or inspiration for how we approach the markets and for building our strategies. Let's go ahead and move on over to the pre-market insight. Get this chart out the way. I don't know what's going on with my Google Chrome. I gotta open up a new browser. Always something with these PCs. Probably just gotta clear everything out, start fresh. All right, so on the economic calendar, today we have ISM manufacturing PMI at 10, so we'll be keeping our eyes on that. Not expecting, I usually don't expect a whole lot from that, but we'll keep that in mind. Tomorrow we don't have anything. Wednesday we have ADP non-farm employment change. This time the non-manufacturing PMI, and then crude oil inventories as usual. And Thursday we have initial jobless claims. And Friday, non-farm payrolls, the unemployment rate, and the U.S. federal budget. All right, so that's what we got on the calendar. Let's go ahead and take a look at that power range. Actually, I'm not going to do it this way. Go back over to Chrome. All right, so for the NQ Future Sessions power range today, we got a high of 13,008.75 with a low of 12,946.75. At the time of this posting, we were trading bullish to neutral, up point. Well, yeah, at the time I posted this, it was pretty much bullish. Up 0.108% with a volume of 122K. Pretty significant ATR at 301.12. Let's look at the overnight reaction to the power range. And you see we had a nice little gap up over the weekend. A gap up that we would need to continue to push prices higher. Because if we look at the daily, it looks like we're trying to have a fair amount of retracement. We're not out of the water yet. We can still have a significant sell-off. Got a little bit of room down here to around 220-ish to, let's just call it 300, just to make it give us a nice round number. But we do have some room to for a sizable, sell off. So as usual, we'll just stay prepared for everything. Uh, stay ready for whatever may happen, and just trade our strategy as usual. All right. See, overnight after that little bullish run, we pretty much been trading sideways. Yeah, I like that quote. I'm gonna have to put that on my find some space on the website. I think that moves. I mean that works really well with what MV3 Trader is about. Let's see. Let's see what I want to play this morning. Hey Rob, thanks for changing my view of trading with lesson. With your lesson, I make my Leeloo account. That's what's up, man. Glad to hear that. Love it when the plan works out. All right, let's see if we way too loud. All right, got about less than 2 minutes to the bell. Go ahead and get this pre-market scan. Time seems to be flying for me this morning. I think it's because I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I need to spend some time playing with multi charts and really figuring out how to do everything I want to do with it. So the main thing that I'm working on right now has to do with Sierra chart. It's kind of that's my the biggest project. That's what you know the main thing that's on my mind lately. I got something that I'm working on with Sierra chart, so stay tuned for that. All right, here we go. And they are off. And this is interesting. When I'm gonna look at what see what monitor I got. Okay, so the Sierra. So we had this sell off right here that's indicated by this wick. So now we're taking out all of that. So that's be interesting to see how far the buying can take us. It looks a little choppy at the open. Let's see. Got a lot of rejection at the +2 level. We still had this battle going on in the open hours of the New York Stock Exchange session. Just realized I didn't have the music going through. There we go. Go ahead and put my first order in. I'm gonna play this range. Slightly aggressive with it. Ever so slightly. If I can.
Order submitted.
It's pretty much playing, looking at the big picture. I'm just pretty much looking to play the edges of this range that we have from, this. It's like we had a bullish, we had the support here in the pre-market, or when is this? It's the pre-market. Before midnight, we had, some decent support right there. Then we had the pop, which created this range between 120 and 40. So I'm going to be looking to. I'm still seeing some sellers at the top of that range, so I'm going to be looking to play this range. I wouldn't be surprised to see us break through the low of that range. We don't have a lot of structure down there. It's a lot of noise from Friday.
Position opened. Target filled.
Oh, that was beautiful. That rarely happens. Let's see if I get my break even. I didn't even get to take a screenshot. Okay, so the sell-off isn't done. Only problem, let's see. All right.
Position closed.
So I had to kill that trade. I forgot that I had my attached orders paused. So I didn't even get to take a screenshot of it. But basically, what happened is I took my first order. I bought off of the +1 of the power range, levels, which is this yellow, line right here. And it hit my first target. Then when I was going to take my screenshot, I realized I didn't have my attached order. So I screwed that trade up. So when I screw a trade up, then I gotta go ahead and kill it. So I went ahead and killed it for just pretty much a small scalp. But as expected, we are seeing some buyers down there at the low of that range. Which is weird because I see it's paused, but when I put the order in, I can see, like, I call them ghost orders, where you can see your attached orders kind of like in the background. But then when it filled, it's like the orders went away. So that was kind of odd. I don't know, I'm gonna have to go back and I didn't even record it. So let me go ahead and move over to this other monitor. Because actually I don't think I had it paused. I think it wasn't paused. I hate I didn't record that. Yeah, because they had to be, I don't know what happened to the attached orders now. Because they hit my first target, that was an attached order, but I looked for the other targets and I didn't see them. Just gonna do a test. This is only a test.
Order submitted.
Yeah, So see, I can see the ghost orders, but I don't see anything else.
Order canceled.
So strange. So we're making attempts to break through that low, but buyers are holding the line. This range is still holding true. Still, I am seeing a lot of sellers come in, so they're not done trying to break the low of that range. One level that I'm looking at is 25. Let's just call it 25 and a half. Pretty much below this, where I had this blue line. So I'm getting that level from the TPO chart. We have this range right here that we call single prints. And at the top of that single print is 13, 25, 50. You can even look 13, 26. And I have to say it, disclaimer, this is not advice to take any trades in either direction. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Only expressing my opinions and the things that I see and that I've accumulated along my journey of trading futures. I need to get a saying, kind of like, Wall Street Trapper. He has that thing down to a science. Still seeing a lot of sellers coming in, even though we're getting some pushback from buyers. Still hanging around in this battle zone. What time was that? If I go back in and draw that in. So we push back to the high of that range. Again, met sell off or selling. And so we're still holding this range or true to this range. So we can look at this range as pretty much an accumulation for a position in either direction by those that move the markets. I'm not going to speculate on which direction that we can pop out of this range, but we can just be aware of what's going on so that we're not surprised by what follows. So technically that last little where I took the trade, that was, we formed a higher low, and the move before that was a higher high. So we're ever so slightly bullish, but depending on how these next few candles play out, that could change the story. Session high of the day is, our session high, it's 132.75. Alright, so that makes the lower high official. So we're still just battling, fighting it out in the zone. Again, the main level that I'm looking at is 25. Let's just call it 25 and a half. The low of that range is 11. But just taking, not too eager, especially since I'm in the driver's seat already. I'm not too eager to try to, just looking at the energy of the market. If we break out of this range, I'm not too eager to catch the knife. It's not an ideal setup for me personally. What are we doing? Still got some buyers giving some pushback. Still holding the low of that range. I'm just gonna watch it from here. So it looks like they're still building their position. That was a significant 3-minute candle. Let's see where this takes us. And in hindsight, I could have played this level one more time. But usually, for my strategy, I don't like to play a level more than once. And also, I have kind of a soft rule. It's not a hard rule. Where to the max that I will take a level is if it's been played no more than 3 times. So you can kind of look at, yeah, I'm on the screen. You can kind of look at this as an attempt or a play at that level. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. That would have been the 4th attempt, the play that I did take. Or you could do 1, 2, and then that would have been the 3rd attempt. However you look at it, per my soft rule, and plus, you know, the fact that I don't like to play a level more than once. That's why I didn't take this level again. We did have some nice buying off of that. Got a question. Got some questions regarding multi-charts since I got it last Friday and setting it up the last couple of days. Go ahead and shoot with your questions. I'm still fresh to multi-charts myself. I need to get some more time to it. There's a lot of things that I feel like it should be able to do that I don't really haven't figured out how to do it yet. I almost wish I would have took this. I'm curious about those attached orders. But I'm not gonna take a trade solely off. I'm wondering my curiosity about how these attached orders are gonna play. Not unless I was switched over to paper. No, I'm not gonna do that. I can do that later. Ooh, a lot of questions. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Can you recommend some learning resources on multi-charts? The only thing I use is YouTube. Yeah. But yeah, I don't even have any channels in mind on YouTube that would be to point you to. Can you make a trade automatically with multiple accounts? You can do that in multi-charts. I haven't figured that out yet. Well, I haven't put any energy into trying to figure that out. But I know that you can. I know you can have multiple accounts open at one time and just trade from one account, and it's supposed to be able to automate to your other accounts that you have up. How is it with the rollover? Needs to be done manually, or is there a continuous option? Again, that's another thing that I haven't explored yet because we haven't had a rollover since I started using multi-charts. So I'm gonna have to look that one up also. Some good questions. There's some good questions. Give me some stuff to play with. Much appreciated if you can share some insight. Yeah. So all of those, pretty much, I'm gonna have to learn more myself on them before I can give a solid answer. But I definitely appreciate those questions because it kind of gives me, like, I do want to spend some more time getting, more familiar with the different things with multi-charts as well. My main thing I'm focused on right now, of course, is Sierra. I definitely make some videos on 2 and 3 once I play with it and figure it out. All right, cool. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so we got rejected at the high again. Makes me very interested to see how we break out of this range. And this is exactly why I prefer buy the dips or entering in on pullbacks versus taking breakouts, especially with NQ. ES seems to be trading with more and with more momentum, or more of a trend. Let's look at the market as a whole, or all the markets. Zoom in a little bit to a 5-minute. So ES and YM has a nice bullish trend, while NQ and RTY pretty much is trading sideways. NQ trying to make an attempt to trend higher, but we know what's going on behind the scenes there. Not a whole lot going on with RTY. And again, I forgot about my Sierra chart, taking trades on Sierra chart. So that's the kind of level, that's the kind of automation I need to figure out. How I can trade on one platform and it automatically, and it pretty much copies the trade in another platform. Just I'm using 2 different platforms to trade the same thing pretty much. Teamwork is if one does the work and the other one just watch. That's some James Harden and Houston type of teamwork right there. I'm gonna check something out real quick. I am not taking
Order
this trade,
submitted.
but I wanna. All right. Just want to see if I would have that trade when it got messed up earlier. So more than likely, I did hit my first target. I should have hit my second target and then got taken out on a break even
Order canceled.
for the rest. There was a good collection zone setup breakout in ES. Yep. Got some beautiful price action with ES. We just need NQ to join the party. I do, but I'm not even gonna say that. just gonna spectate. Seeing some sellers come back in. Buying was drying up. Have a peek at gold. Gold is also just pretty much trading sideways. It's bouncing around within a range. Sort of playing the power range levels, but not really. This looks like we're gonna have this will be a better afternoon day. I said afternoon. If I only have things to do in the afternoon today, I would come back and trade it. Usually things calm down. That's a very interesting pattern. And the previous 3-minute candlesticks. Somewhat bullish. But I don't like to follow through on the price action. It's kind of bullish, this candlestick pair, but it's weak at the same time. Alright, it's an attempt to break higher. The structure looks decent, but I don't know about the price action. So that trade I took earlier looks like it's gonna be my one and only. Definitely not a fan of this price action to try to take another trade. I'm already green for the day, and plus we're getting close to my 10:15 time, which is the end of my trade window. And it's a Monday, so you know my Mondays are usually busy. So it wouldn't be wise for me to try to force another trade. And I don't have any good setups. I don't have any setups at all right now anyway. So with all of that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close up the shop early today. This doesn't look like exciting right now for me at all, and I have some other things to do. So hope that y'all have a good rest of your day. Hope you can find some good trades out there, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. Trade it easy.